with Shah Rukh Khan, or he's a whole different personality?
I mean, of course, he's his father's son, but he is completely his own person, for sure. Very strongly individual. I have to work with Mr. Mani Ratnam, with Sriram Raghavan. That would be very good. It was a rejection. I remember that very well. It was a complete rejection. I couldn't remember my lines. I got so nervous that I just couldn't remember anything. My first break in the movies was, so I'd worked with Imtiaz on some television that he'd been making, Imtiaz Ali. And he said to me कि मैं अपनी पहली picture बना रहा हूँ तो कर ले मेरे साथ काम. So that's literally how simple it was. He gave me a part and I acted in Socha Na Tha.
Hello and welcome to Awesome TV, Manish sir. First of all, how are you doing and how excited are you for the Bads of Bollywood?
Oh, I'm very well, thank you. I'm extremely excited for the Bads of Bollywood. It's just a week away. Yeah, very excited.
Audience are so excited. Every trailer was loved by all and how.
Yeah.
I must say, the last film we appreciated, like that was Luck by Chance, and this is like the 4.0 version of that. And we all are extremely happy and excited for something like that coming in the industry. Before knowing about the Bads of Bollywood, we want to know about Manish Chaudhary in general. How did you land up into acting?
Oh, that is like a very old story now and been going on for some time. I basically started acting in school. So I was very good at Hindi, and I was in a school where very few people were any good at Hindi. It was a very sort of a proper English sort of a school up in the mountains. So my Hindi teacher said to me that, we want you to, the annual play is there and the main character is being played by, a senior, and he's not very good at Hindi and he keeps forgetting his lines. So can you just prompt him from the wings? So that's what I used to do, prompting the guy, the main actor from the wings, because he couldn't remember his lines. And then about a week before, he was also a sportsman, so a week before he broke his arm. A week before the show had to be up there. So basically the only one who knew the lines was me. So I was shoved onto stage as a junior to play a part which was only played by, seniors at that time. So that was my first foray into acting. Yeah, just luck by chance.
So were you like nervous, excited? What was the
I don't think I had the, I really don't think I had the time to be nervous because there was such little time and I was just like, अरे मुझे ये करना है तो अब करना पड़ेगा. And I was just 15, so you're very energetic and you're very excited about things. So I just did that and it worked out well.
And after that, when did you realize at a point that I want to be an actor? Was it that moment itself?
I think that moment came even before that, when I was like maybe 8 or 9, I think, because I used to go to the movies a lot with my either with my parents or with our cook. He would take me to see movies on Fridays and Saturdays. So I think that time I realized that there was something special about this cinema, and I think the seed was sown at that time. Of course, at that time you don't understand that acting can be a profession or acting is something you create. You see what's created in front of you as reality. You think that it's all real. But I was lucky to be seeing some very good films of that time in the 70s. Sholay and Diwar and films from before that, like Pakiza. I saw Pakiza as a very young person. So, yeah. So I think the seed was sown at a very, very young age.
Do you recall about your first audition, and was it a rejection as well, or was it so successful?
It was a rejection. I remember that very well. It was a complete rejection. I couldn't remember my lines. I got so nervous that I just couldn't remember anything. And I remember there was another person that I knew from before, a young actor, who looked at me and he said, "यार तू तेरे को कुछ याद नहीं आ रहा है क्या? तू कुछ बोल नहीं पा रहा?" So I said, "नहीं आ रहा, मैं क्या करूँ?" So it was, yeah. So I've had a whole big bouquet of rejected auditions before I started getting any work. Yeah.
So how many rejections did you face unless you cracked your first audition? And what was your first audition all about when you got selected?
I think it might have been for an ad for a Maruti Gypsy commercial. It was yeah, and we shot it in Ladakh, so it was very nice. but that's the first one that I cracked. I think.
Your first break in the movie.
My first break in the movies was, so I'd worked with Imtiaz on some television that he'd been making, Imtiaz Ali, and he said to me कि मैं अपनी पहली picture बना रहा हूँ तो कर ले मेरे साथ काम. So that's literally how simple it was. He gave me a part and I acted in Socha Na Tha.
Wow. And now when you see yourself, and when you see your journey, was there one learning that you have always followed?
Well, I mean, you just have to be patient and be very resilient because there'll be a lot of rejections, and you just have to take that in your stride and keep moving forward and keep using the information that you get from auditions that you're not getting through to use for other auditions that you're doing, which hopefully one day it'll crack. And like with me, one day it cracked and it was fine. I managed to crack it.
Every actor goes through highs and lows, okay, in the industry. What was the highest point in the industry? I ask you specifically, and then we go towards the lowest.
Well, I think the day I got, the day I signed Rocket Singh was a very special day for me. The film, I remember taking that contract and going to a very dear friend of mine and saying, "Deख, मैंने sign कर लिया." So that was a very exciting day for me. It was like a real high, yeah. Yeah.
And then moving towards the lowest.
I think I felt very disappointed when Bombay Velvet didn't work. Yeah, so for about a week after Bombay Velvet came out, I was pretty low. But then you pick it up, you pick yourself up, and you sort of say that it's okay. Now I'm going to do my next job, and it's okay.
Maybe it's a little difficult for you to answer, but you've worked in a lot of films. Who has been your favorite director?
My favorite director?
Yeah.
Wow, that's a very difficult question because I've really worked with some really fantastic people. I've had the great privilege and pleasure to do that. I worked very closely with Bhatt Saab, with Mr. Mahesh Bhatt. He never directed me, but he was always presenting the films that I was working on with Vishesh Films. I did 3 with them. And he was not directing me on set, but we spent a lot of time together cracking the what kind of a characterization we should do and how the character should behave, and with him in office. So that was a very special time for me, I think, between 2011 and 2014. So it was great working with him. I've had a great time working with Aryan Khan. You'll see the work very soon. It's going to come out next week. But otherwise it's been great. I mean, Sudeep Sharma, who's this showrunner for Kora, and Randeep Jha, who's the director of Kora. These 2 people are very, very special to me because I really enjoyed working with them very much. There's them, there's Bhatt Saab, there's Aryan, there's wow. I enjoyed working with Shimit Amin as well. It was a little exhausting, but it was very, very fulfilling. Yeah.
But don't you think Aryan is one of the youngest directors you have worked with? Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yes, yeah. I've worked with 2 or 3 very young directors in the same age bracket, but I think Aryan might just be the youngest, or maybe Arnab Chatterjee, who I just did a film with, might be a year younger than Arnab actually.
So have you ever been close to a producer like whose journey you have studied to play the character of Freddy, or who you have followed like?
Well, I know I don't think I followed a real producer, but I did think often of a movie that I saw made in Hollywood with Robert De Niro playing a producer. I found that it's a great film, and it's a very funny film with what happens in the life of a producer when he's just trying to get a movie made, how difficult things can be. So I thought of that a lot, and it was very inspiring because I really like Mr. De Niro's work.
People enjoyed you in Abjasa Koi as well, and now again we are watching you in the Bads of Bollywood. But I want to know your best moment from the project. One, I know meeting SRK. I want to come to that story as well.
Yeah, that's a separate story on its own.
But your best moment, apart from
In the Bads of Bollywood?
Yeah.
I can't tell you that before the series comes out. Maybe if we have this interview after the series comes out, then I'll tell you and then you'll know which moment I'm talking about. But I can't give it away just now.
You know, when we see all the cameos in the trailer, we are still expecting for more. For that, we have to watch the series. But somewhere, audience are still having speculations that there are more cameos coming. So should we be excited, more excited for that, or no?
I mean, there could be. You just have to wait for another week, that's all.
So it's like never say never.
Never say never.
Okay, your first meet with SRK.
No, it was
How was
great.
it?
It was. I mean, we were shooting. We were shooting in the night, and Mr. Shah Rukh Khan came on set, and I didn't realize that he was sitting behind the monitor. And I was just going to the bathroom from the set area, and I suddenly saw him. I got a big shock, and it was a very pleasant shock, and it was wonderful to meet him.
Does Aryan Khan resemble a lot with Shah Rukh Khan, or he's a whole different personality?
I mean, of course, he's his father's son, but he is completely his own person, for sure.
Yeah.
Very strongly individual. Yeah.
Also, when you're working with such a big star cast, right? Do you ever think about the screen space because it's getting divided into like so many people? So has it ever been a pressure? And also, there comes a lot of competition, right? Because all the actors are so good within themselves.
Competition. It's a group working together to make a series and to tell a story. So no, there's no competition. In fact, there's a lot of very great friendship. I mean, I've made some very fantastic friends on this set from the series, and I think we've all really worked very well with each other and helped each other to become better. And when you see the series, well, then you tell me what you think.
What do you think is the USP of the show?
Set in the Hindi film industry. I think that is that is the most wonderful part about it, and that's what I enjoy, and I'm sure the audience will enjoy that as well when they see it unfold.
So you have been the part of the industry since 1970. Till now, industry has been evolved and how, right?
I was born in 1970.
Okay, this is 1980.
No, 19. No. How old do you think I am?
You can obviously say.
No, so I've been in the. So I came to Bombay in 1995.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you have been in the industry for like how many years now?
30.
30. So now when you work for the Bads of Bollywood, here you see a different portrayal of industry. Do you think how real it is and how factual it is, or it's just cinema?
Well, when it comes out, then you tell me what you think. I can't really talk about that just now and spoil it for the audience and for you. Yeah.
That's great. Okay, when was the first time you realized that, oh my god, you're famous?
I'm famous.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. Am I? I don't know. I guess. I mean, I read somewhere that when Hrithik Roshan did his first film and became a big hit, he realized he was a big star when the traffic stopped when he was driving by. That hasn't happened to me yet, so I guess no. I haven't had that experience of feeling famous in a real way.
Any director you want to work with in future?
Yeah, there are many. I mean, I'd love to work with Mr. Mani Ratnam. I'd love to work with Mr. Shimit. Shimit, I've already worked with. I was very excited to work with him, and I managed to do that. With Sriram Raghavan, that would be very good for me, I think.
That's great. It was lovely having a conversation with you, and all the very best for the show. And after this interview, I think I'm more intrigued towards watching the show because I think there we get to know all.
Of course, let's keep the intrigue up because picture abhi baki hai mere dost.
And we'll meet you after the show for sure.
Absolutely.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
One message to the audience out there.
Well, I hope all of you watch Bads of Bollywood and enjoy it. We've put in our heart into it, and I hope you really enjoy it. I am Manish Chaudhari, and you're watching me on Awesome TV.